Chapter 93. The Lord reigneth. He is clothed in majesty. The Lord is clothed. He hath girded himself with strength. Yes, the world is established, that it cannot be moved. Your throne is established of old. You art from everlasting. The floods have lifted up, O Lord. The floods have lifted up their voice. The floods lift up their roaring. Above the voices of many waters, the mighty breakers of the sea, the Lord on high is mighty. Your testimonies are very sure. Holiness becometh your house, O Lord, forevermore. All right, let's go back up to verse 1. We have a psalm. It's a short one. We'll find out 5 verses, and 5 times is the name mentioned, the holy name, Hashem. We're going to pick it up here in verse 1. The Lord reigns. He is clothed in majesty. The Lord is clothed. He hath girded himself with strength. Yes, the world is established, that it cannot be moved. The Lord does reign. It is the one that exists, this existing one who is. He is clothed in majesty. This majesty is more like the word is geus, and it's a rising up. It's a swelling. This column of smoke, more like something we can see. It's to rise up. It's like it's an example that God has won, more or less. God has won, or he reigns. This word reign is malach, and what it means is God is taken over. He's gone to his throne. He's clothed himself in triumph. He's clothed himself like the winner would clothe himself, as the mighty one would. The Lord is clothed. He hath girded himself with strength, or he has girded himself, or he has put on, wrapped himself in strength, or we'll find out. God is like a mighty soldier. That's what God has dressed himself as, and he is going to his throne. The world is established, that it cannot be moved. And the world is established. It is here. We can witness it. We can actually touch it, and it's not going nowhere. It's made for a purpose. God has a purpose for it too. Your throne is established of old. You are from everlasting. And your throne is established of old, from ancient of days. From the beginning, from the first day, God established it for his throne, and he is from everlasting. It means he was, he is, and he always will be the Lord. He always will be the mighty one, the one that exists, this one that we'll find out has established his law, established his rule, established his throne, established his judgment, established his blessing. He has established the world and all things therein. 3, the floods have lifted up, O Lord. The floods have lifted up their voice. The floods lift up their roaring. And these floods have lifted up. This word here is nahar, and what it is more like a stream, or we could say it's a river, but and it's these things that come together. It's these things that run together. And what we're talking about are peoples and their understandings. They've lifted up their voice. The floods lift up their roaring. And it's to make known what they're really thinking. It's to make known their true voice, these understandings that go forth from men. The devastating floods that destroy. Above the voices of many waters, the mighty breakers of the sea, the Lord on high is mighty. And above the voices of many waters, I've used many times as understandings. Some people refer to it as the peoples, or the multitudes, or the voices of them, and that's going to be what they're saying. And they're speaking what's on their mind. They're speaking what their understanding is. They're showing it in the earth, the true understandings. But here we're talking about above them, or over them, Even in the midst of them, it's over them, are these mighty breakers of the sea. The mighty breakers of these understandings. It's what sets the borders. This is where they come crashing down. And when they hit them, it's like the giant stones along the seashore, and the waves pound against them. To no avail, to no avail. We'll find out these mighty breakers are the laws of God. And God has established it in the earth forevermore. And the Lord on high is mighty. In other words, he does rule. He has the power, he has the strength, he has the ability. And he's done it. 5. Your testimonies are very sure. Holiness becomes your house, O Lord, forevermore. Your testimonies, and like I've explained before, these testimonies, it's like a witness in court. It's and it's just like a witness in court. And that's what it's all about. God says heaven and earth's going to bear a witness against you. A lot of those that dwell among you is going to bear witness against you as well. Those that keep God's law, those that do the righteousness, those that keep according to the understanding that God gave everybody in the beginning. He didn't leave nobody out. God wanted to see if you would turn, and he set one amongst us that we might see, remember, and return. Holiness becomes God's house, that place of separation, separating. God says, I can separate, see, and it's God that separates. It's God that's done these things. And he rules over all men, oh Lord, because that's who's doing it, forevermore. And evermore, that's just a easy way of saying for all time, from the beginning to the end. As long as there is time, God reigns. We're going to move forward. Psalms 94. Turn and return.